Allan Donald, unusual to see you down here on a rugby field, Stormers training session. What brings you here?
Yeah, look, I spoke to Alistair Coetzee during the IPL, and I decided I wanted to upskill myself. I also want to look into becoming a head coach in a cricketing environment, and he was very generous in letting me in and sitting in most of their meetings and just understanding what their culture is like and what their philosophy, and especially Alistair Coetzee's coaching philosophy, is about. I spent 2 hours or so in his office and talking about it, and I must say I'm very impressed. And also just being in a different environment, rugby. I've always been passionate about my rugby, so it's really nice to spend some time with a quality team and in a quality coaching environment.
Okay, did you particularly want to work with the Stormers as opposed to the other South African franchises? What is it about this coaching setup that appealed to you?
Well, I live down the road now. I'm down at Boshemere Golf Estate, and I've been here a year and a half. I've also spent some time with the Cheetahs when I lived in Bloemfontein when Rassie Erasmus was there, and a little bit of time with Narkadrotsky, and continuously learning about coaching. That's, I think, as a coach, doesn't matter what sort of specialist coaching or a head coaching role, you can't stop learning enough about coaching, and learning from other codes is even more so interesting. So yeah, the Stormers appealed to me, and I must say it's probably my second time in my whole career that I watched a game here the other day when they played the Cheetahs here. So yeah, it's a nice bunch of guys and a good group to be around.
But at heart, still a Cheetahs man?
Yeah, look, I will always support the boys from Bloem. This is obviously a little bit different. You're moving house. Wherever the Cheetahs play, I've always supported them and sent Narkadrotsky messages of good luck or bad luck, So, but now it's really refreshing being involved in this environment. Really, really nice.
Adam, what have you learned thus far? What kind of crossover is there between the two codes from a coaching perspective?
Obviously, 80 minutes versus a one-day international or 5-day test matches. That's a lot different. I think that the structure of culture that has been built within the Stormers and the environment is a really special. You feel that special environment cultural environment that we're in here. It's very similar to cricket, what we've built over the last 4 years with the Proteas. But handling players differently is, of course, that's the great skill of coaching, and what those players stand for and how they fit into their roles. But also the planning is so much more precise, very detailed, where ours is, you're talking about moves here. One pass can go wrong. Yeah, I guess with every delivery, and cricket can go wrong. But you've got more time to think about it. Here haven't got much time to think about it. Things happen in split seconds, so and it can go against you. But I just sit back, and also the specialist coaching roles. Where Floxelier, the kicking coach, very interesting to listen to about him. It's very, very, very much like we're trying to execute a Yorker. And them looking at the sweet spot where they want to hit it and how they visualize the kick going over the poles, very, very much the same, and how that player handles it. So I want to tap into Dimitri Katrakilis and ask him, the process, what he goes through, and so just an example, a short example, what I've done so far with these guys.
And the future for you. What's your contract situation? I'm guessing you're going to stay with the IPL for a bit, but in terms of national coaching, international? My
contract runs out now end of this month with the CSA. The IPL is very much ongoing. We've signed 3-year contracts with Royal Challengers Bangalore, and then hoping to get involved in the Big Bash in Australia. I think I think most countries around the world is looking for that. Their own 2020 competition. I think the two that is really booming at the moment is obviously IPL is far and beyond the best, and the Big Bash in Australia. So that'll be quite nice to get involved there.
And last question, your departure from the South African setup, obviously there's a lot of speculation about it. Was it politics, or was it just time for you to just move on?
No, there's no sour grapes or anything like that. For me, time has come to reflect. I always set myself the goal to get to World Cup 2015 and reflect after that. And when you come from such a hype and you sort of rethink about your career, should you go on, should you not? I just decided that I had a great time, 4 years, and I want to leave it there, And I think that also one does have to sort of also think about your family too, So I need to spend some more time, and I think if I can do those couple of jobs in between and spend some time, also what I want to do is spend some time in the school environment and see if I can unearth somewhere a Dale Steyn or a Makai Ntini or a Kagiso Rabada, that would be very, very special. So that's where it lies for me at the moment.